A nice greeting to everybody. Today we are going to talk about solubility and physical state again. That is part B for hydroxide, which is a salt. So we have C. The other time, part A, we talk about chlorides. But now we are going to talk about part B, is hydroxide, that's a salt. So we just said hydroxide. When you say hydroxide, see, hydroxide is a common factor here. See, these are a cation. So can be any hydroxide. Aluminum hydroxide, can we have zinc hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, we can have iron 2 hydroxide, we have copper 2 hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, ammonium hydroxide. So we just said hydroxide, meaning salt of hydroxide. So we say that all hydroxide are insoluble in water, except we have this series which dissolve, but the rest are insoluble. We have this series, we have sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, and ammonium hydroxide. They dissolve forming a solutions in water. We are going to see their solubility in water. So, sodium, potassium, and ammonium, they don't have color. And the other time, we say that those salts without color, salt of cation which do not have color, but are soluble in water, they dissolve forming a colorless solution. That is why this series will form colorless solution, because sodium, potassium, and ammonium ions as a cation, they don't have color. Then we have the other hydroxide. We have aluminum hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, and the rest. They are insoluble. That is why the physical state for hydroxide will be solid. We're going to put solid. Solid means precipitate. This one means precipitate. Precipitate, that is a solid in the solution. The solid salt which has not dissolved. Those of aluminum, magnesium, calcium, zinc, and lead, they will form a white precipitate. The white because aluminum, magnesium, calcium, zinc, and lead, they don't have color. So the other time we say that those salt of cation without color and are insoluble, they form white precipitate. Then those which dissolve, they form colorless solution. Those with color like copper, if the salt of copper 2 is blue. You see, copper 2 ion is blue. Salt of copper which dissolve forming blue solution. The other time we demonstrated in the last video. Those that are insoluble, which does not dissolve, they form blue precipitate. That is the one for copper 2 hydroxide will appear as a blue precipitate, because hydroxide are insoluble. Iron 2 is green. See, iron 2, the color is green. And since hydroxide are insoluble, most are insoluble, so find that iron 2 will appear as a green what? Precipitate. So of iron 2, those that are soluble, they form green solutions. Then those that are insoluble, they form green precipitates. And since hydroxide are insoluble in water, you will find that the one for iron 2 will appear as a green precipitate. The similar observation occurs with iron 3. Iron 3 is yellow. That is a yellow salt. Those salt of iron 3, those that are soluble, they dissolve, forming a yellow solution. But those that are insoluble, they form yellow precipitate. So, because hydroxide, most of hydroxide are insoluble in water, so the one for iron 3 will not dissolve, so it will appear as a yellow precipitate. That is for iron 3. Now, so we have here insoluble one, and then the few that are soluble, that is sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, and ammonium hydroxide. So we are going to explain in the next video the reason why sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, and ammonium dissolve, but the rest are insoluble. Why the rest appears solid, then this series appears as aqueous, that is in water. So we are going to explain the reason, the solubility, the differences in solubility in the next video. Thank you very much. I wish you a nice day. This is a Ripose lecture.